All right, what is going on, my crypto enthusiasts? This is Dane, and I am back with another overview for an NFT project called BlockChain Bikers. And just to start, let's get the boring stuff out of the way. I am not giving you financial advice. I am just kind of showing you here, I am showing you projects that I have invested in and just some understanding of what they're all about. We'll do a little bit review of what their actual roadmaps look like and what's been happening since their launch. And this is a project that has already launched. So let's get right into this. You can see we're sitting here. We are on the home page for the BlockChain Bikers Ride or Die. Pretty neat little setup here, but this is their old home. This project did come out. Let's see, it's about 2 weeks now. We're sitting here. It is September 4th. It is a Saturday. So exactly 2 weeks ago on August 21st was the actual public sale and release of this BlockChain Bikers. Of course, I could be off a day or two, but all you need to know is that this project has been fully sold out. The pre-sale is done. The public sale is gone. So you can go onto the secondary market right this very second onto Opensea, and you could purchase one for yourself. But let's dive right into their homepage here. We are going to hit enter, and you can see 11,111 NFTs were created for this project. That's always an interesting number if you ask me. I don't know where that one came from, but you'll see a lot of projects. It tends to be around 10,000 seems to be the number a lot of these projects are going for right now. But if you are staring at the homepage, you are not going to be able to click on Get Your Biker. If you do click that, it will bring you directly to their Opensea page, which we do have Opensea loaded right here. But if we did click on Get Your Biker, it's going to take us to the primary page for BlockChain Bikers. As always, make sure that you're dealing with a verified check mark on the page. As long as they've traded at least 100 Ethereum in volume, you will be able to get that verified mark as a collection or a provider of NFTs on Opensea. And just because there's not a check mark there does not mean that it's not an actual legitimate project. They might not have the volume traded, but if you see a project over that 100 Ethereum and they don't have the check mark, I'd be a little skeptical. But do your own research. Be careful with anything you do these days regarding the blockchain technology and crypto and being scammed, hacked, that sort of thing. But let's head back over to their website here. A quick little overview. You know, it is one of those PFP projects, so a profile picture or picture of proof, picture for proof, whatever that acronym is. All you need to know is most PFPs, they're focusing on the profile picture. So these are 3D looking JPEGs. And if we want to read on here a little bit more, the bikers took it upon themselves to equip their helmet and run the Twitterverse with one simple saying, ride or die. So you'll see that hashtag a lot on their posts. They took to their garages and claimed their bikes. It was now time to create a legacy. Foundation of incredible art community. Top artist is C-Rudy, which you can click on that. It'll take you to his Twitter profile. He's got about 1,500 followers. Develop the bikers. We can't wait to build on top of the art with the experience. You will get 100% of the IP and rights behind your artwork. 150 attributes, 9 categories, properties. That is something I personally like in projects. I do love the projects where you end up with those IP rights. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do with that. You know, it's really up to you to get creative and decide if you wanted to put that on apparel, coffee mugs, tumblers, whatever it is. Just knowing that you can do that with something that you possibly spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on, and to know it can be more than just an image, it's kind of nice. I personally like that. I think that's a nice thing for a project to do when you have that many users and the ability to just branch out and let somebody else take it and run with it and add some more exposure to you. I don't see any harm coming from that. But if you look at a project like the #1 traded one, CryptoPunks, for instance, you do not get IP rights to that. So it's kind of interesting. I see value in that, but maybe at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Maybe a more successful project doesn't provide that. So that's something interesting. But you can see here, we started this journey with the intention of giving much more than a single PFP NFT to our gang. Once you have the PFP, be ready to unlock your garage and the bike you will ride. Entry into all events will always be free. Free is nice. So this little spinning picture you're looking at up top, that was pre-reveal. So if you were in their pre-sale or you picked one of these up right away at the immediate initial mint, you would have had one of these guys sitting there with a gold, blue, or red background. The gold backgrounds were actually selling prior to the official mint for a good amount of money, or a good increase from the price that it would have cost to acquire it. And that brings me to one other thing. I heard about this project through another project I'm in. I'm in the Deadheads NFT. I'm a supporter and owner of that NFT project. And they do a collaboration with a lot of new upcoming projects, people that are willing to give out some of their NFTs to our community. And they put about 100 of these up They put about 100 of these up so that Deadhead owners could have a chance to win one of 100. And I think there was like 500 entrants between all the Deadhead owners, and I did not end up getting a free one of these. And I did not mint it as well, which the mint price was 0.09. I did end up picking up 2 on the secondary market for 0.16 and 0.19. And the reason I did that was just the obnoxious gas prices we've seen over the past couple weeks. Each time I went to go try and mint it over the short period that it was even available, because it did sell out relatively quickly, it didn't make sense versus just going on the secondary market and picking one out that I liked the look of. So I did end up holding off buying on the secondary market, and prices at this very moment are still around 0.09 about 2 weeks later. So I did pay a little bit more than the mint, but I ended up obtaining 2 that I like. That's really what matters to me. It's not always about the rarity or the uniqueness. I think it's about what appeals to you and what you like look-wise. So let's keep rolling on. There's just another look of what one of these is like, and then I will click play on this little teaser video, I guess, to get you excited about it. Nothing too crazy. Very basic futuristic type video that could probably be thrown behind any NFT project. You'll see why I say that here. The only little sneak peek of a blockchain biker is about to pop up right now for about 2 seconds. And that was it. Good beats though. Nice little, that is a true teaser right there. So let's keep going down the page here. 11,000 3D PFP blockchain bikers. We know that. Ride or die. One of one custom 3D bike airdrop and events. So if you happen to hold one of these blockchain bikers when they took the snapshot of the owners, you will be able to mint a free bike at the cost of gas only. One thing to know about that. Oftentimes when snapshots are taken for projects, it's really just looking at how many of their NFT you own. It's not necessarily looking at the exact ID number and tagging that to you, meaning if I were to go sell the 2 blockchain bikers that I own right this second after a snapshot was taken, and then I go to mint 2 of these bikes, it won't let me mint the bikes because I'm not still holding 2 blockchain bikers. But if I bought 2 more into the project, bought back into the project, no matter what the price was, and I went to mint that bike, it would let me do it. So for flippers out there, that's something good to know. Of course, double check that inside the Discord or talk to a dev or a team member and just make sure that that's true. But that's what I've experienced with a lot of these NFTs that are giving away another NFT, or they're doing airdrops. It usually has to do with the number that showed on the snapshot and then the number when that drop or you're able to mint happens. So be careful if you sell those bikers of yours after the snapshot was taken and you're wanting to mint that bike, you might have to buy back into the project, which could be a plus or a negative depending on the price and the fluctuation there. We already talked about the IP rights. That's always big to me. And then the roadmap, racing simulator. So this to me is the big part of this project that's going to be the make or break of whether there is success behind this project or not, because utility at the end of the day to me speaks more than the actual look or the image. Yes, it's nice that you can display this cool little profile picture that looks neat, but at the end of the day, do you really need to own the NFT to make your profile picture that image? No, you don't. No one's probably going to be suing you. I mean, again, I don't know this for a fact, but no one's probably going to be suing you for using their NFT picture on their profile if they were to ever even see you or find you. So that can be misleading. But utility is what's going to make these projects survive, thrive, and have good activity, good transactions. And I think we all know that all these projects that are being released daily are not going to succeed. You hear the term blue chip NFTs like CryptoPunks and Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's only going to be a small handful of projects that are going to make it through these bear markets and bounce back if there even is a dip. But I think we're going to see that probably 98% of projects are not going to succeed. That has to do with what I was telling you. This is not financial advice. Use money in this space right now that you don't mind losing and just play it smart. Take profits when you can. Yes, you might want to diamond hand or hold on to some of these projects, but be careful with the ones you're picking. Yes, maybe they're all going to be worth triple, 100x more 2 years down the road because these were still in the infancy, but I don't see that happening. I see it being a handful of projects. So do your research, find projects that appeal to you, and make that decision. Maybe create goals, objectives, or timelines of when you want to exit a project or what your criteria for exiting a project is. Maybe that's just doubling your money on the project. But whatever it is, figure that out so that you're not always making emotional decisions when it comes to buying and selling. That is I don't care what you invest in, but making emotional decisions is never the best way to go about it. I'm always a person that bases decisions off of research, data, and my gut. Those are the three primary things I look for. So here we go, roadmap. Or we could call it white paper. You'll hear white paper used a lot in the crypto space. Roadmap is the more common term for NFTs and what that's going to look like down the road for projects and what their plans are. So you can see here on August 27th was a big Twitch YouTuber person doing a live stream reveal. I did not join that, so I'm not sure how that went. If it went, what happened. You can see here early September, which to me would be the first week or two of the month. So we are kind of in that state of limbo right now where we got about 10 days to see if this actually happens. And to me, it's important to see that developers, project backers, leaders stick to their roadmaps and they do what they say they're going to do, or they're at least updating the community regularly on how things are going, and they're not waiting till that last second where people all of a sudden are asking, where is it? And then they're coming up with some excuses or letting you know there. So we want to see proactiveness. We want to see activity, community engagement from these people on their Discord channels. Twitter, maybe not so much. Discord to me would be more important to see a lot of that updates and that activity happening. But you're going to be getting yourself a unique bike with unique properties for each of those blockchain bikers that you have if you were a part of that snapshot. And then late September, they will be rolling out some vegan leather biking jackets and bandanas for our community or unique merch drop. I'm always, when I see merch on a roadmap, I cringe a little bit because who wants your merch when you have no history, nothing really behind your project besides those pictures? Yes, there's people, maybe younger people, that are all about that, and that's to them something big that they might be able to end up with something like that. Also depends on how they're going to release this merch. To me, I don't even blink when I see merch mentioned. I don't care if it's mentioned after a project is live and it's one of those extra things they're adding. But personally, I don't care about seeing merch in your roadmap. Get that shit out of here. But anyways, there might be some bikers out there, and let's just say this. Bikers, motorcyclists, a leather jacket is pretty common for riders. That is something where you put your your club's name on the back, your community name on the back. So I could see the appeal being that this is BlockChain Bikers and having a leather biking jacket mentioned. The question is going to be, how are they going to roll out this merch? Is every single holder going to be able to go and buy some merch with a unique URL that they get access to? Are they going to airdrop some tokens to every user? Are they going to airdrop those tokens to just some random users of like a couple hundred? Usually if they're doing that, you're going to end up with a burnable token that you could exchange for the actual physical item. That's how a lot of those have been working, but more to come on the merch drop. Again, I don't focus on that too much because, you know, what's merch is another way to get your name out there. But if somebody goes to search for BlockChain Bikers, what are they truly going to find right now? Probably not a whole lot. And then October. To me, this is the make or break month for BlockChain Bikers. Hopefully it's not at a point where we're in a bear market, but either way, this is what's going to show that the developers did what they say they were going to do, which is release an alpha simulator game that's going to allow you to watch your PFP race with the bikes in your garage, which they already said. If we went back to the top of the page here, that is going to be a free entry for members. So there's that picture. It's just giving you a little snippet, little sneak peek at what we are looking at for the UI for this simulator. So you're not actually racing yourself. You're just getting entered into this simulator race, and then hands off, you just let the algorithms and the logic determine your destiny. So that is in October. Hopefully that all happens when they say it's going to happen, and we'll see. And then the last part of this here, community-driven engagement, changes, adjustments. We don't want to reveal everything we have up on the other sleeves. Excited to deploy a visual PFP experience around the BlockChain Bikers with our game. All right, there you go. And then you can get right into that Discord group just by going through there. Here we go. Just a couple little comments here. BlockChain Bikers team currently featured on Rarible, Opensea. So let's do that. Let's hop over to Opensea real quick here. Actually, let's do this. Let's click on Twitter. Let's load up the BlockChain Bikers. Something I always recommend as part of your research. Go check out their Twitter, their Discord, see what you're liking, what you're not liking. I always like to click on tweets and then tweets and replies. Media is a nice one too if you just want to see some of the actual media parts of the NFT and what they're sticking out there, like this right here. Another little teaser on the UI. Was there another picture? I think was there another photo? I feel like I saw a different picture a second ago. There we go. All right, so there's another little sneak peek, because this one is the same one that we saw on their website, so that's not really a sneak peek, but this one is a different one here. So you can see here, we're getting a little feel of what it's looking like. Game modes, player name, the course you want to race on, and then you got 8 entrants on this one and start. So I'll be really curious to see how this works. I think the most similar project you could compare that to right now, which I don't know anything about, is called Zed-Run. So check out Zed-Run. That's more, it's based on more the actual horse races. So like I said, check that one out, see if that's something that appeals to you. But that's also a simulator race based one as well. But you can see here they got a decent number of followers. They mentioned 4,400 owners. And let's see, so under tweets and replies, I like to look at that. I like to see what they're doing, if they're being engaging, if they're posting a lot of stuff on there and they're just being active, and you're not going days without marketing being thrown up, because Discord and Twitter seem to be the main marketing channels right now. I am starting to see a little bit more Instagram usage by projects, which I like because I'm a big Instagrammer. But we are going to click over here into Opensea, and there's really just 2 things I wanted to finish up with, and it's just showing the Opensea page for this. You can see here, volume traded 1.1. So 1,100 Ethereum has changed hands for BlockChain Bikers already. So that is good. If you click, like what I just did was I clicked on volume traded. I love to do this on projects, and then look over here on the right-hand side. There's 2 things I'll look at. 3 things on here. I like to look at this chart here, which the project hasn't even been out 90 days. It's been out more like 14 days. So we can change this to 30 days. And you can see here, it's going to give us average volume, number of sales. So 2,300 sales right there on August 27th. So I could be wrong. Maybe the 21st was their pre-reveal and the 27th was the actual mint. So it might actually only been out for about a week now. But either way, I like to look at the chart. A lot of projects actually for the past week have trended down a little bit. I think that has to do with the price of Ethereum going up quite a bit. There has been a jump in Ethereum price of about 15%, and gas fees are up quite a bit as well because of the mutant ape drop that happened about a week ago, which was kind of history making right there with the amount of sales that they had. But the other two things that I like to check out on this page right here is the unit price. So you can quickly see what each one that is being sold for is selling for, and the date or date or time, as I like to look at, because it's a good way to gauge like how active the transactions are. You can see 5 minutes ago, this one sold for 0.15. And what I can see here, just quickly reviewing this data, is it looks like, on average 3 to 4 are selling every hour. So not horrible, not at those prices. It's definitely better than nothing, right? All right, so we're going to back up, and there's, what else did I want to show you on here? You can click on floor price. It's going to automatically click on the buy now, sort them by low to high, so you can just get a good idea of what's selling. And again, it's a good way for you to get on here and just find something now that you have to go to the secondary market and find one that appeals to you. Like this guy right here looks pretty cool. Click on him. You can drop down your properties. You can see there. You can see rarity based on some of this, like the hat. So his hat, white demon horns. And if I want to click on buy now, I can kind of get an idea of what the pricing looks like for a set of these white demon horns. So you can see this one right here is priced at 0.09, and the next one jumps up to 0.14. So somebody might buy this for 0.09, list it for 0.13. Depending on gas, you might make a quick couple dollars right there. That's how the flippers work. But that's one way you can drill down into your properties, by actually doing it from one of them. Or you could come over here on the left-hand side of Opensea. You can see all the different properties for this PFP project, and you can click one down. You can sort through them, and obviously the lower the number, the more rare that item would be. So if I click on gold here for body, you can see kind of under the close on some of these. It might show a little more prominently on some of the others. There's the gold body. And you can see here I am still on the buy now, so these are only showing me ones that are listed for sale, and the cheapest being 0.28. If I take off buy now, it will actually show me every single one of them. So you can see, let me refresh. Might still be showing me some of the buy nows. Sometimes I notice that will happen. Yeah, it's still showing me a bunch of the buy nows. So if you did that, so if we went right into actual all the items right here, let's go back in, and now let's come down here, click on gold. All right, so here's one right here that's not listed. So you can see quite a few of them are listed on the market, and they're probably listed because they're rare, and it's a good way to make some money right now on this project. All right, so the last thing I wanted to show you, we're gonna go back over, we're gonna back up, we're gonna come back into the volume traded, and we are going to click on this date, and it's going to bring us over to the Etherscan page. And the reason I'm showing you this is I wanted to just show you how I personally will pull up the unique holders. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. So Etherscan. Two big things I use Etherscan for. One is to check on gas. You can see the price of gas right there for when you're looking to do some trades. But what I like to look at on the Etherscan is I like to get into the actual contract for the NFT. So right down here under transaction actions, transfer of blockchain bikers from blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to click on the actual blockchain bikers since it's taking so long to load. I'm not going to go into both of these. The token ID right there, that is the number for the PFP. So that's number 8073. That'll take us into that exact blockchain biker transaction. But if I click on the blockchain bikers, all right, so we're not going to sit here and wait. I don't know what is going on with Etherscan right now, but what I am trying to show you is if you click on blockchain bikers and get into the actual contract for this NFT, you're going to be able to see how many unique holders there are. So when we're on Opensea and we see this owner's count right here, this 4.5 to 4,500, it's showing us how many there are. But the thing with Opensea is it's giving us averages most of the time. So if you want to see the exact amount, you would be over here on Etherscan. Etherscan must be messing up. It's saying I don't have, oh, there we go. So here we go. So there have been 4 new unique holders that have acquired BlockChain Bikers just in the past couple hours, it looks like. When I first loaded this up earlier today, it said 4,500. So 4 new unique owners in that amount of time. Unique holders to me is a big gauge of interest on a project. Yes, I personally could own 3 wallets with a BlockChain Biker in each wallet, and that would count as 3 towards this number. But for simplicity purposes, we're going to assume that these are all unique holders, except for the anomaly, which are the people that have multiple wallets and they're diversifying. Most people are probably keeping a lot of their NFTs in one wallet together and then maybe moving over their long-term holding ones into like a hardware wallet or something a little bit more unique. But here you go, you can see the total supply, the holder. So I personally, while minting or buying into a project, will always focus on this number because I would not want to see 1,000 holders with 11,000 bikes, meaning each person on average is holding 10. The reason I don't like that is A, it's not as decentralized, and B, there's a chance for greater price fluctuations and more market control when you have less holders and a greater supply. So I always am looking for projects that have at least like 30% of the holders are unique. So if you have 10,000 out there, I look for at least 3,000, and as that number grows, the better to me the project looks, you know. So I love when I see like 3,500 plus unique owners on a 10,000 quantity supply project. But that's really it. That is all I wanted to cover for the BlockChain Bikers. You can see that their average price right now is 0.09, same price as when it minted. So my financial advice to you is I don't have any financial advice to you. It's make the decision on you feel if this is a project that appeals to you. Maybe you're a biker, maybe that's the extra appeal. But I think a lot of the make or break for this project is going to come in October. Maybe we'll do a review of that whole simulator experience because that's going to be new to me. I think that's something a little bit newer to NFTs besides that Zed run. I'm not familiar with any other projects doing that. If you are, throw it in the comments. But while we're talking about that comments section, please go hit like, hit subscribe so I can keep bringing you some of these overview videos on NFTs. And if you're into this crypto space, you can also check out some videos that I do on the Sandbox and Decentraland, which are metaverses inside of here. And again, I'm trying to show you guys a lot of the different blockchain technologies for NFTs. We will also cover some of the wax blockchain NFT projects out there, especially ones by Funko. That's been an exciting one. But again, hope you enjoyed this. So stick around and come back for some more crypto videos. Thanks for watching.